Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Goodtimes/Jetlag catalog. So today we're doing Pocahontas.
Oh dear.
And was released in 1995, obviously to cash in on the Disney movie, which came out in the same year. And it's kind of interesting. I mean, the Disney movie is already bad, so you can only wonder how much worse the Goodtimes/Jetlag version is.
I'll just sum it up like this. Like a lot of things that try to do stuff that Disney did, it's more faithful to the original tale, or in this case, the non-fiction bout, because Pocahontas was based on a true story, and yet somehow manages to be worse.
It's because it's actually more racist than the Disney version, if you can actually believe that.
Let's get on to this, shall we?
All right, everybody. You know how this is. Every Good Times video, every Good Times movie always starts with that production logo where you see the kids going on the roller coaster. So just start right before that. So 3, 2, 1, click.
I love how the description for this video is bad straight-to-video animated film. Yep, that pretty much sums up most of Good Times.
Thank you, Jova. I'm glad you like. Thank you, Jova. Thank you, Jova. I'm glad you like my description of the video.
Welcome everyone to the Jetlag cinematic universe.
I'm pretty much trying to upload on my YouTube channel all the ones that aren't already on YouTube.
Yeah, are they public?
I'm trying to upload any that I can find.
I'm
actually surprised that nobody else uploaded them, considering how, as we're proving right now, they can be on YouTube just fine.
Actually, looks like somebody else uploaded the Pinocchio Good Times film in the related videos section.
Hold on, here's the opening song.
This is in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, I know.
By the way, this one was also written by George Bloom, the guy who wrote Cinderella.
Wait, George Bloom wrote Cinderella? I thought he wrote a different one.
Oh wait, never mind. No, this is one of the Jack O'Lesker ones.
Remember, the one George Bloom wrote is the Lion King ripoff one. That was his magnum opus.
Well, but remember, George Bloom also wrote the Red Riding Hood one, which is surprising considering how considering the difference in quality between the Red Riding Hood one and the Cinderella one. It's astonishing. I guess he had some kind of epiphany.
I guess I can give this song credit. It actually has more structure to it than Dream, Dream, Cinderella.
Yeah, this one is not that bad. Also, Pocahontas is actually age appropriate in this version.
Sorta. I mean, we're told she. Oh wait, that's right. Never mind. Yeah, she was actually this young.
Remember, Pocahontas was like 12, wasn't she?
12 or 14. Yeah, when she threw herself in front of John Smith, not as a lover, but to just have him be spared from being killed.
Yeah. Oh, listen here.
Oh yeah, that's right. The song also doubles as exposition.
Okay, I'm sorry, but
this is like the opening for a TV show, like He-Man or Bravestar.
Also, that's Snow White. You're ripping off Disney Snow White with that.
Yeah, but hey.
I gotta be honest. Songs where you interrupt the singing for a guy actually not even rapping, just talking through the music, it's just weird to me.
You see, the thing is, like, well, this is like a TV show with how it's going. Like, you know, the kind you'd hear from, like, Thundercats or like I said, Bravestar. Only problem is that this happened. Oh, wait!
This happened recently where Liam Neeson was talking over Irish music, telling Irish stories.
But of course, I forgot Jetlag's involved, and they were the same guys who made stuff like He-Man or Bravestar. No wonder this reminds me of that.
They became He-Man.
Oh, remember, this was made by the exact same team that made all of these. You can even tell that the character design is the same.
So yeah, we cut right to the chase with English settlers coming over from England to invade. Make peace with the natives.
Oh, Jova, just you wait till see how they address that.
Jova has got the British flag, so they're probably from all over Britain.
Well, that's the thing, Dwibs. The Pilgrims were British.
So yeah, Dwibs. Now you get to now you get to come here and try to apologize to all the Native Americans.
So when you get to it, yeah, Dweebs, it was your country that kind of committed the atrocities on the natives.
Mind, Chris Columbus wasn't exactly a saint either, but
True.
But we respect him because
Anyway,
we get a
this is
day
John
off of.
Smith.
Hey, we respect Christopher Columbus because we get days off of school thanks to him. That's kidding, though. Chris Columbus was kind of a monster.
Hold on, he's in here.
well, sorry anyway.
There we go. John Smith in this version is actually much more considerate right at the beginning than the. I mean, no, I'm not saying that the John Smith in the Disney version was bad, was evil or anything, but this particular John Smith is already much more considerate of the natives right from the beginning, whereas John Smith had to be convinced.
Which is kind of historically accurate, I guess.
Yes, because they can clearly see our ships with the British flag flying on them.
Fun fact.
Maybe we could have been more discreet, sir.
Fun fact about Indians.
All right, and here's another interesting thing. Listen to what the Indians have to say about the British people. Okay, lady, that's not the voice of a 12-year-old. That's the voice of a 16-year-old.
Not 16. Sounds like she's 26.
Shiroi can do a better 12-year-old voice.
Kind of helps that I'm a girl.
Heck, I can do a better 12-year-old voice.
Sure. You can tell that
12-year-old girl voice.
Sure. You can tell it's a woman doing the voice, so she has no excuse.
All right, I guess we shouldn't harp too much on that because even good films sadly have that issue.
Yeah.
Anyway, guess what? This particular guy that's on the screen right now, he's saying, "Oh, we should tackle him and shit like that. They're evil and shit." And basically, they're setting out the example. There was one time, the last time some people came to our island, they attacked us. And he's like, no, and the chief is going like, no, just because we were attacked once, that doesn't mean that everybody who docks in here is going to attack us. So let's first see what their intentions are. Which is already a much more reasonable position than Chief Politon in the Disney movie, who immediately started getting paranoid over shit.
So again, you folks, you're probably wondering, gee, Squirm, this actually sounds like better than the Disney version. How could this actually be worse than it? Well,
let's just say it tanks at one point.
Yeah, like, imagine something that's going good, and then just smashes into a wall.
Tomorrowland?
That too, yes, but...
Even worse, because, I mean, I'd argue that Tomorrowland's third act...
Tomorrowland was not racist, at least.
And at least its third act didn't, ruin everything. Like, don't get me wrong, it weakened it, but it didn't ruin it. This is a case where, yeah, for any good there is in this one, what's bad is going to overcome it all. Huh. And they're being more historically accurate, too.
Pale faces, eh?
Well, shoot.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, he already has a more legit reason to hate them.
Pale faces, though. Not sure if I should be offended.
Well, actually, Dwebs, Joe was the American one here, so I guess he's the one who maybe might be more inclined to say whether or not this is offensive or not.
I mean, as far as the natives know, that's all they really know about them, that they're pale compared to them. I mean, don't get me wrong, I get that there's racist connotations, but that's literally what they called them as what they saw. Like, they didn't have the best communication with the settlers.
Well, look at the bright side, Wes. Listen, not calling them the white men. Oh, also, hello. Oh, actually, never mind. I misinterpreted something. Never mind. Ignore me.
Well, it could be actually you are.
Wait, is that a guy from Kiss? Like, what is he doing?
It's Gene Simmons.
It's Gene Simmons.
And he's not quite ready yet. He hasn't got his face on.
Oh, never mind. It's another Indian playing with them, I guess. Yeah, they're even laughing and everything. I guess this is common.
Although their faces look kind of scared, or at least the girl at the back did.
Okay, now it's my turn to ask. Jova, is that face paint racists.
Okay, so apparently the natives are the more racist ones. Like, don't get me wrong, natives were not saints themselves. They did some pretty bad stuff here and there. And maybe they, but I don't really recall in history them doing whiteface. But,
Is it whiteface?
that's essentially what it is.
The Disney version tried to paint both sides as racist with that Savages song. The problem is that it was so completely on the nose and like, get it? Racism is bad, get it? Ugh.
That's one of the most screwed up Disney songs to ever exist.
Oh God, we're doing that stupid stereotype. Okay, I get that natives has some weird names, but good Lord, some fictional media does not know when to, maybe actually consult an actual Native American. Like seriously, Big Belly Bear or Lying Tonto.
I mean,
To be fair, Jova, how would the natives know normal names like Bob or
No.
John?
That's not my issue. The point is, like, well, sometimes fictional media stereotypes the whole natives using the weird, out-of-nowhere names to the point where it's a bit nonsensical.
I guess maybe it would be better. I think it'd be better if they used the Brother Bear thing where they have names like Kanai and Koda.
Well, Brother Bear actually consulted natives on that sort of stuff as well.
That's what I was going to say. What Jova's getting at is that maybe they could have asked, actual Native Americans what kind of names would fit.
I mean, I'm not saying that,
that would require money that we don't have, Shiro.
I mean, I'm not saying that, everyone who does it ends up doing it. Like, more often than not, I do see them actually respecting it. It's just, let's just say it can be blatantly obvious between what's an actual native name and what's just, hey, what's a Caucasian think a native actually sounds like.
So yeah, now they're observing the British to see exactly what they're up to.
They're just drinking tea, aren't they?
One thing that I'll also give this movie is that it does a better job of hiding its budget limitations than Cinderella did.
Yeah. Again, this movie should have actually been good. The problem is what's coming.
Yeah.
Was this after the Cinderella movie? Or
Yes,
this was the
Cinderella was 1994. This was 1995.
Basically, Shiroi, the films we're looking at are essentially Goodtimes' collaboration with film studios. Most were with Jetlag. One was with Dingo Pictures. There were some with Golden Times as well. Basically, though, these are the ones that people think of when they think Goodtimes.
Good Times is in the film studio, not
the reason
actually Good Times.
The reason people were mainly hyped for these movies back in the day was because it was Goodtimes. Oh.
Exactly. So yeah, John's plan is to just go up there and just talk to them. Because, he's convinced that it's okay. We'll just go in there and we'll explain the situation to them.
And this actually is kind of historically accurate. See, John Smith does actually get captured by the natives in actual historical context, who assume the worst of him, and what saves him is Pocahontas throwing her body over him, basically begging him to be spared. Yeah, that was actually a historical point where the natives were the one taking the initiative.
Here. Thank you. Someone has actually reason in this.
Yeah. True.
Holy shit. Powhatan is actually being reasonable in this version.
Heck, even the vengeful guy is actually agreeing to it. Reluctantly, yes, but he's agreeing to it.
Shit.
Again, what was the name of the writer again? I forgot.
Jack Okelson?
Yeah. Jack, why exactly did you have to fool us into thinking we were gonna get a good movie?
Just wait for it, folks. Like, again, it's coming.
And let's kill all those British, peacefully negotiate with them. And then I'm going to kill them. Father, you need to take your meds.
Is it just
What are
me?
meds?
Is it just me or is it winter now?
Apparently, yeah.
I could have sworn those
Yeah,
trees
so
had
we-
leaves
so
earlier.
So basically, they're saying we just stood there for like months and months doing nothing.
Well, Dwebs, I'll take that over what Disney did with the adaptation.
Well, at least they're not ripping off Jungle Book.
Yeah, actually, no, now that I've heard the voice more, yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Dwebs. Like, seriously, this woman cannot do a young girl's voice to save her life. Like, which is weird. I mean, a lot of voice actresses find it very easy to do that, so I guess you couldn't afford a good one.
To be fair, even Disney's doing it nowadays with the new DuckTales show. Don't get me wrong, I still do like the voices of Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and Webby, but those are clearly not kids.
I guess maybe that's the effect they're going for at this point.
It works. It's funny.
Uh-oh, ominous music. Can't be good. Dude.
Fire!
What happened?
Hold on.
Thank you.
Politely.
We're evil. I mean, we're
Not everything can be solved by shooting guns. Come on.
If I were writing the script, then it would be.
And that's why you'll never make it into the filmmaking business.
Well, if there were a film specifically made for that purpose, I'd get him.
Trying to be reasonable and negotiate. That's stupid. We should just shoot everybody with our guns.
Lol, lol, lol.
Little girl, why do you sound like a 20-year-old?
I have a better
Yeah.
question. Why can I understand you perfectly as if we both speak the same language?
But they've
That's
been
a-
speaking that. But they've been speaking that language the whole movie.
Dwibs.
Yeah.
Dwibs, Film 101. Whenever characters of a foreign language are speaking in English, normally that's because they're speaking to each other, not
Yes,
when they're
but Joe,
speaking to someone
yes,
of
but
different languages.
Yes, but Joe, there is one thing I can bring up in Doctor Who. When they do that, they actually did explain how we hear it in English, just because
The TARDIS.
yeah,
Yeah.
the TARDIS and the Doctor have a circuit that translates the alien speech all around. I mean, hell, they even
Yeah,
so
but this is not the
happens when
TARDIS, though.
They even shows
It's
what
not
happens when the Doctor's unconscious. We can't understand a single word they're saying.
This is
This,
a
on
big
the other
problem.
hand,
Yeah.
This, on the
The
other
bit-
hand, depicts them all speaking English perfectly, and yet they expect us to believe they can't understand our language when native English-speaking people are talking to them.
Basically, Chief Peloton heard that their Pocahontas was with them, so he's now making sure. No. Yeah. Also,
Hi, Aladdin.
another thing.
That's right, natives invented a game that involves kicking a ball around.
How funny.
Imagine that. No, you... Yeah, buddy, about that.
This guy's too good. This guy's too good for Britain.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Dude, you need to chill the fuck out, okay?
I mean, I guess to be fair, white men...
For the bad parts of the movie.
Shiroi, there's still 30 minutes. Trust me. Believe it or
lot
not, it's
can
gonna get
happen.
worse. A lot can happen, I assure you.
I don't know. I mean, we're quite the way into this very short movie. We're nearly at the halfway point.
Sure, that's what a lot of
You're
people
setting
thought
yourself-
when
you're-
watching
you're
this
setting
movie.
You're setting yourself up for disappointment.
You know
Shiroi.
what? You know what? You know what?
That's the story of my life.
You know what? No point in repeating it. You know what? Let's just let her have this moment for now, Pedro.
I guess. So yeah, we're gonna go back to the camp and basically talk about this over like rational people. A girl speaks while driving.
Yeah, natives were
most
pretty.
unorthodox. Most unorthodox.
Yeah,
What
natives.
do women know of conversations?
Yeah, natives were also pretty sexist. Hard to think of a society that wasn't sexist at the time.
It's quite creepy to have John Smith refer to Pocahontas as beautiful, considering, unlike the Disney version, she's a minor.
Although, to be fair, back in the old days, that was pretty much part of the course anyway. Like,
I guess.
As soon as you were 10, you were fair pickings.
True, but that's the thing, Jova. Even when you're adapting something like this, it can be quite. If this was like for adults, it would fly. But in a kids' movie,
I mean, you have to think, do you want it to be historically accurate, or do you want to lie to the kids?
well, here's the thing, Jova. They can just have the John Smith say, "Oh, she's a pretty smart kid." And there you go.
Don't worry. John Smith did not have any romantic relationships with Pocahontas even in real life.
No, I know that. I'm just saying they could have just have the line be, "She's a pretty smart kid," instead of just saying she's beautiful. That way, you could have the same intention, but avoiding the controversy.
It was considered good honor to compliment the looks of the daughter.
I guess.
Hey, this movie actually remembers that Indians had longhouses as opposed to just tents. Something that even the Disney version didn't do as well. It just makes the fact that this movie's gonna end up getting sabotaged all the more sad. Oh,
here. Listen here.
These men have not attacked you. They have not killed any of you. They have laid their guns down to you. Like, I get that some white men killed your parents and all, but, we're just told that. And now he's actively lying to his own tribe.
Talk? What is this talking you speak?
What is this talking of which you speak?
He is literally setting up a sabotage that could screw up the peace they're holding. Oh, crud.
You fucking dipshit. And here's the big problem here. All that talk of peace and negotiations, it starts getting destroyed in this point. Because this guy is just a fucking moron. I get that this was foreshadowed because he's always been hesitant from the beginning, but still, the guy's completely lost whatever brain he had. Like, seriously, dude? You were doing so well, movie. Why?
Oh no, that guy just ran right in front of the bullet!
The guy is apparently faster than a bullet. He must be Superman.
Only he's not as invincible, apparently.
Shiroids, there you go. See, this is where things start going downhill.
So this is where we're taking the nosedive, I see.
You were doing so well, Jack. What happened?
Surprisingly, actually.
Yes, I agree.
You're fired.
Oh, no, listen here.
Okay, this is where, you know how we were trying to be historically accurate? Well, screw that now.
Yeah.
So, crud, what happened? Why is John Smith tied up?
Okay, basically, the racist douchebag got kicked off the tribe.
So, why is John Smith in their custody now, though? I missed that
Well,
bit.
remember, one of the Indians still got shot, so
Oh, yeah, and
there
he
must be some
died.
there must be some retribution. Well, actually, did he die? Because he shouldn't die. He got shot in the arm. I mean, that doesn't kill you.
Somehow it did.
At least not immediate. I mean, do the natives don't know the basic? Well, actually, no. Even if the natives didn't know the basic first aid, the British would be able to help them with that. So yeah, this is of course them trying to emulate the iconic moment where she saves him. There you go.
Yep. The real way, actually.
I spit at thee.
Yeah, here's the thing. In order to protect him, she had to claim him as hers, which meant marriage.
Peloton, didn't you say earlier that your daughter is as brave and intelligent as any other member of the tribe? What happened to that?
Essentially, betrothal.
Good luck explaining that to your kids' parents.
Yeah.
So remind me again, Jova, in the actual historic facts, it was because of, again, a native being shot that John Smith was supposed to be executed, right?
Yes.
All right. So far this pretty much follows.
It basically
So,
broke out because of.
Oh boy, here we go, Shiroi. This is where the movie turns full racist.
Hold on. I thought that guy got shot. Unless that was just someone animated to look exactly like that guy.
Probably.
He got better.
So basically,
Okay, Shiroi. From this point on, John Smith starts treating all the natives as if they're stupid and they need to get taught things. So now we're going to have an entire section of John Smith teaching the dumb little savages about all the good things and how much better British society is and all the stuff that the natives don't know. Enjoy.
No.
You see, I told you you were
Wait
setting
for
yourself up for this appointment.
And remember how these two were just buddy-buddy? Now they're at odds.
It knows.
It just knows.
All right, here we go. Here's the second song in the movie. So there you go. He teaches them how to play football.
And no. Actually, it's the natives that teach him how to play football.
Whatever. The point is, now John Smith is teaching all the dumb little Indians about how much better white people are, and he teaches them how to set up traps. No, fuck you.
Natives already knew how to set traps. Thank you very much.
Fuck you, Jack. Fuck you. Seriously, you were doing so well in the first 20 minutes. What happened?
It doesn't seem that bad now, but remember, we have about a half an hour left of film to go. All of his demands. And meanwhile, old John Smith's posse is kind of freezing. Yeah.
So we're halfway through. And, what have we
Well,
done?
actually, more than halfway through, actually.
We've declared war.
Remember, Dweebs, that the other guy got banished.
There you go. See you alone.
Okay, this is where things also get iffy. Guess who's the bad guy?
Oh, look.
Where did you get that magnifying glass from?
You see, There you go. There you go. Once again, John Smith has to teach all
Yeah.
natives about.
Because we all know the Pilgrims knew how to use a magnifying glass to set a log on fire using the sunlight slays. Right! Of course! This is essentially the equivalent of two worlds from Tarzan, where, of course, we get one world communing with another. And, it's got good potential. It's essentially them trying to teach each other this or that.
The problem is that it's
and
only John.
There it's over.
And the problem is that it was only John teaching the natives. The natives apparently know nothing and they're dumb.
Well, they taught them football, so... But, yeah. What? Hence Pocahontas 2. Oh, she'll be made very welcome. She'll be made a figurehead.
I thought that was an egg for a second there.
This is where things get really cringeworthy. Okay!
Well, that was your own fault.
See, here's the thing. El Dorado, the movie, did something similar where... Actually, no, wrong movie. The King and I, the animated feature, did something similar, where the advisor to the king, who historically was a genuinely good guy, they turned into a cartoony bad guy. So, we were being historically accurate for the most part, but now let's have this whole stupid good versus evil thing by making one of the natives who's hungry for vengeance the bad guy.
It's like a completely different writer took over after the 20-minute mark.
I mean, they could have just let this be a 20-something minute film and we could have ended near there. Would have been much better.
Well, Jova, it wouldn't be worth the price of a full VHS.
I've seen VHS movies that have actually given me better bang for my buck in 28 minutes.
Wow.
Also, their British accents suck.
Like,
They're really falling apart.
So yeah, Aladdin here, as Jova nicknamed him, seems to be just fine after being shot. So why exactly are we even angry about this?
Apparently, is he different from someone who died and was just someone else who was animated better? Different?
Whatever, who cares? Anyway.
So, now we have a new plot. Everyone's going hungry because of the winter storm. Yeah, this was also an issue. Heck, it's tied into the Thanksgiving thing where the natives helped out the pilgrims.
It brings up a good question, though. Wait, so you're telling me that only now the natives are having troubles with the winter? I mean, they have plenty of winters before this one, so why is this one the one that brings it all to shit?
Apparently it's a superstorm.
I guess.
I have no idea. Granted, I don't really study about Pocahontas.
Tawanaka is a wise man. Debatable.
I don't really study much about Pocahontas outside of, the iconic She Saves John Smith stuff, or, what happened in her adulthood to the point where she lived more in England than her home, but I don't really recall the whole winter thing. Like, that's often something people associate more with the first Thanksgiving.
So yeah, the natives are... What exactly are they worshipping? They're worshipping the air, it seems like.
Oh, goody. This part. Yeah, turns out he's dying. Okay. Yeah, he had an accident off screen.
Oh, and of course John Smith is going to be the one who saves him.
No. movie. No. What they're about to do did not even exist yet.
Apparently, John Smith is Jesus.
He's going to somehow find a dislocated bone and push it back into place just like that.
Don't you see, Jova? The Brits, don't you see, Jova? You're stupid, so you need the Brits to tell you how to do things.
Including stand up from the looks of it.
So, basically, he was just suffering from a dislocated shoulder. That wasn't medicine! That was literally him.
Fuck off!
I'm sorry. You're telling me that the natives did not know about dislocated shoulders, but the English did?
Okay, I'm pretty sure medicine wasn't advanced to the point where we could do something like this just like that. I mean, not at this point. I mean, this was like in the 15th century, right?
Yes.
Jova, what was the exact century this took place in? The actual events?
Let me check.
Around the 15th century, most likely, right?
Pocahontas.
So, Shiroi,
yes, this was
America.
this
So, Shiroi,
Yes.
America would like to thank the Brits because they're stupid and they needed you guys to tell them how to do shit.
Anyway, this took place during the 17th century.
All right.
What kind of accent is this?
Scottish? Like, you know, the thing is, like, when they started the movie...
But you're supposed to be English.
Exactly.
Not Scottish. There's a difference, you dipshits.
Cockney? If not Australian.
Could these accents be any more cartoonish?
You know what's weird? It's like, well, the
See, I'm
accent...
British, don't you know?
You know what's sad? Their accents were all just fine in the first half of the movie. It's like an incredibly different team took over the latter half of this movie.
Can someone please solve something without the use of a gun, please?
Barlow, what is this? Coronation Street now.
Don't you see, Dribs? We're British, so we need British terminology.
No,
Dude, you
I
might.
got open the gates.
You see, we're fine, dude.
You know, sea voyages took pretty lengthy. Are you sure that food's gonna be enough? Then how is it enough for you to go over to the sea? Because, you know...
Yeah, that's a good point.
Again, sea voyages took months at that time.
Yeah. Not to mention, Joe, but they were depending on the wind. What about no wind days?
Yeah. Okay, let's see. In his 1608 account, Smith describes a great feast followed by a long talk with the Powhatan. He does not mention Pocahontas in relation to his capture and claims that they first met some months later. So basically, this section of the movie is BS.
It's what?
Oh, you know what's even better, actually? Historically, the Paramount Chief actually hoped to keep Smith and his men nearby and better under control. Not just Smith. So, yeah, this dilemma should not be occurring. But you know what? Historical accuracy is thrown out the window at this point, which is just
But it's okay,
shame.
because apparently the bad guy had a change of heart for some reason.
That's right. Even though...
Okay. To be fair, yeah,
enough.
that actually makes sense. He did save his father. Okay.
However...
Well, not save him, more like heal his shoulder, but sure.
So yeah, it looks like things are getting better. However, we still have movie left.
Oh, how convenient.
And you're gonna be enemies again.
Right.
There you go, Dwebs. Now you and Jova get to hold hands in friendship, because now all our conflicts have been solved.
I
And
can't
this
wait until
relationship is still creepy.
I can't wait for me and Jova to dance around and sing "Ring Around the Ring a Ring of Roses."
I'll just stick with Kumbaya. But that works too. Yes, we're gonna tell this history about Pocahontas now because we just remembered we're supposed to be historically accurate.
And that's it.
Wait,
Really?
hold on. We have a new
And just like with Cinderella, we repeat the opening song again.
no, this one's different, I think.
Oh, great! Well, actually, wait.
Yeah, this one's different.
No, actually, no. This is reused animation.
No. I'm talking about the music. This is different from the opening song.
Okay, is this racist or not? I can't tell.
Yeah, this is, Okay, you know what? Never mind. I don't even care at this point.
So basically, a new song, reused animation.
This song basically sums up what happened in the movie.
Pocahontas.
Oh, movie. You could have been good, movie. You were supposed to be the chosen one. Why?
Don't worry, Jova. The chosen one is Red Riding Hood.
So basically, this is the Anakin Skywalker to Red Riding Hood's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Or maybe the Anakin Skywalker to Red Riding Hood's Luke Skywalker, actually. So
Okay,
yes, they are lazy enough to basically end us off with a music video recapping the events of this before the credits roll. What?
Yeah.
It's not over yet, though.
Apparently they ran out of voice acting budget. There you go. Now it's actually over, I think.
Oh, just wait. We have 9 minutes left. But for now, how about those thoughts about the movie, Shiroi?
Go ahead, Shiro, since you were the one who were sounding the most
That
positive.
was just.
Heartbreaking, isn't it?
It was. Okay. The start was a lot better than I expected, considering the movie we watched only a couple of days ago at the time of this recording. I expected this to be a shit show. It became a shit show, but at least for the first, I don't know, first third of it, yeah, it was actually pretty tolerable. And as you pointed out, the animation got better. It's a shame that it gets worse in the Aladdin movie. Ugh. Like, really bad. But,
oh, the Goodtimes Aladdin movie.
Yeah, the animation is awful. More specifically on the lip syncing side. But then
I'm sorry, Shiro, I'm gonna have to interrupt you. I'm gonna interrupt you again, Shiro.
Okay.
Look at all these character designers who wish they had picked a better career. Seriously, why would you need this many Why would you need this many character designers?
Some of them don't even have last names. Takashi.
Go ahead, Shiro.
Yeah, and then the rest of this was just incredibly racist, and yeah.
But Shiro, again, the natives are dumb, and it's a good thing that you Brits came in and taught them the good ways of the Brit.
Okay, now here's the opening song. Boy, there are a lot of background painters.
Yeah, that was. It is, admittedly so kind of a shame that it fell apart, but yeah, it was shit.
I agree.
Indeed. So, Des, what did you think?
It was a movie. It was actually not that bad to start with, but then it all of a sudden just went.
I love how one of the staff members on this is called Shere Khan.
I did like how the British accents were so cartoonishly over the top.
That's how they always are in these cartoons.
Michael Donovan. Where have I heard that name
Michael
before?
Donovan is a voice director who, fortunately, after Good Times, he managed to go on to do better things, at least. He's a cartoon voice director, Jova. He's still doing it to this day.
Oh wow, Daniel Craig's in this movie too.
Yeah, Daniel Craig.
Why?
Well,
Guess
when
this was
what? Well,
before
this
he
was before
was-
this was before he had a career, I guess. So gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, and yes, audience, we know it's another Dan Craig was just joking. Ruin the joke.
Wait, are we? Wait, we're literally even having the narration and everything.
Yeah,
Whatever,
and it was
credit-
cut
credits
because
out.
the movie's done.
Okay, I guess the movie's done, and the rest is just a black screen. Go ahead. Oops.
It's like
Continue.
I just said, decent beginning, but then it just fell apart at the end.
All right, that's it. We're done.
Wait.
Go ahead, Jova.
Oh yeah. Okay, again,
All right,
this
pausing
is
the video.
this is one of those tragedy films. The kind where, okay, I expected this to be bad, but when I first saw it, and I'm talking about this in the sense that when I first saw it, older-wise, critiquing-wise, it actually was not bad. I mean, it was more historically accurate. They actually had the characters have more fleshed out layers to them, and it was progressing just fine. It's just as soon as we hit the halfway point, then that's when things go downhill. Like, characters who were sensible suddenly are not sensible anymore. Characters who were tolerable suddenly are not tolerable. We have this weird, odd, okay, we're teased with a supposed conflict, only that conflict is thrown out the window just for a happy ending. Oh, by the way, and yeah, nobody dies in this. Like, that ain't sugarcoating anything now, ain't it? Except for that one guy, I guess, who looks a lot like that Aladdin ripoff guy with a mullet. And yeah, this movie just falls apart. I mean, the music and animation and practically everything starts off better than the Cinderella one. And yet, by the end, they somehow managed to, in less than half an hour, tank this movie bad. That's a
Yeah.
record. All right, Pedro.
This was baffling to say the least. It starts off surprisingly well written in the sense that it's actually trying to paint both sides as genuinely thinking and reasonable people who actually want to at the very least talk things out. And then, of course, when at the moment Jon Snow starts living with the natives, it all goes to complete garbage. Not to mention everything involving the bad guy is just so. I mean, the bad guy, like, it could have been more reasonable. Like, I get the whole motivation they had with the whole Potter thing, but
they don't even do anything with it, really. His father doesn't even end up dying.
Yeah. So yeah, this is just stupid. Like, seriously, it's racist. It's cheap, and it's just and it's a shame because those first 20 minutes show that this could have even been actually better than the Disney version if they actually committed to what they were doing and during those first 20
And
minutes.
that's saying a lot.
Yeah. Like, seriously, they could have done what a lot of animation companies at the time only dreamed of doing. Topple the Disney film.
Yeah, not in animation, but in terms of storytelling.
Oh, yeah.
Well, minus that last little bit at the end.
Again, it's that little bit at the end that ruins the entire flick.
Basically.
Well,
All
that
right,
was
everybody,
sad. But
So that was the Goodtimes Pocahontas. However, fortunately, we have a treat for you next time because next time we're doing the Red Riding Hood movie, and that one is the best of the Goodtimes catalog. It's actually pretty decent, probably most likely because unlike these other adaptations that they've had, they're actually taking an incredibly short story, which fits much better to the running time of 44 minutes.
and I guess they didn't have a Disney movie to try and rip off either. Granted, this movie didn't really try to go for the Disney ripoff too much, I guess.
No, this movie didn't really try to rip off the Disney one. It tried to play more straight to the the first 20 minutes anyway. The first 20 minutes did try to be reasonably accurate, but yeah.
And
Anyway, tune in next time.
then the
Tune in next
corrupt
time.
executives attacked.
Tune in next time, everybody, for Little Red Riding Hood.
See you then.
See ya.
Yay.
See ya.
See ya.